Hello everybody and welcome to The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, a comic book review show where we take 3 books, unite under a theme, and then tell you what happens in them, and then which one's the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
Today's theme is Marvel Knights debut issues. There are a number of Marvel Knights volumes for I think all of these titles, so, you know, for you sticklers out there, it might not be something like what you'd consider to be the definitive edition of Marvel Knights. That being said, let's jump into them. The first one we got here is Marvel Knights Fantastic Four 1, 2, 3, 4.
What?
It's an awesome name.
Literally the title.
Yeah.
I've looked it up. That's what it's called.
I was confused. I was
Marvel
like,
Knights.
Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Is that the name
Fantastic
of the
Four
book?
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's from Sesame Street.
Next one.
Brought to you by the Count.
No, there's no weird laughter at the end.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Not very better. Watch out.
Oh. Now I want to see The Count, but in Dr. Doom's costume. We got The Punisher, Marvel Knights #1, the infamous Punisher #1 for Marvel Knights. And, of course, Doctor Strange, The Flight of Bones, which is technically a Marvel Knights Doctor Strange book, but it's not called Marvel Knights Doctor Strange. It's just this volume, but under the Marvel Knights imprint. So it's like a mini-series. They're all mini-series.
Right.
This one by accident, because it gets canceled. So
Accidental mini-series.
let's jump into them. First up, we got Punisher #1. Let's get the one that everyone knows about out of the way. Gentlemen, tell us all about Punisher.
Woo!
What happens in Punisher
High five.
#1?
Yeah.
No. I will not high-five you
Aw.
over getting to do this book.
Oh, what's wrong with this book?
I got a high five out of bed. It counts.
This is The Punisher, Purgatory Part 1, The Harvest. It's by writers Christopher Golden and Tom Snigowski, and art by Bernie Wrightson.
Oh, Alfred?
What?
No, he did a...
Yeah, because Alfred is played by Andy Serkis in the new
Oh.
Batman movie.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so he's going to be like, Master Wayne.
I thought he was directing it.
No, he's directing Venom 2.
And
I
he's
can't
also,
keep it straight.
And also, he's Alfred.
Yeah, and
That's
it's Alfred.
weird.
That doesn't make any
Master
goddamn sense.
Wayne, do you want processes to fire up the robot dinosaur presses? Get your bat suits on, processes. I failed you, processes. I failed you.
So let's get into it. We start out in Brooklyn, a filthy alley. It's got mementos from people who have died. It's a shrine.
Yes.
From
Well,
like people
it's a
who
memento.
are, yeah, well, it's like people who've died who are like homeless and poor and so
Yeah.
forth.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought this was where Frank died.
It's
Well,
where Frank
and
died.
then you find out that like people go here to try to get like justice
It's like an offering.
because they know that like Frank is connected to it.
Right.
And it is where he died.
It's the Temple of Frank Castle.
Yeah. So it's got
This
like
is where you put a contract out, apparently.
yeah, by putting a picture of your loved one or whatever
Yeah.
there.
Except we all know he's dead.
Right. Well, it's,
Right,
it's
but
the
it's
idea
like-
of like going before like a statue of Mary
Yes,
or like
he's
worshiping
like the
a
patron
patron
saint
Right, you're just
of
hoping-
murdering people who
victimized.
deserve it. Yeah.
You're just hoping that the spirit of vengeance will show up.
Yeah,
Oh,
except-
wait, that's another guy.
Right. A
Yeah.
totally different guy. Punisher won't become the Ghost Rider for another 20 years.
No, I'm the spirit of punishment.
And what's weird is in this book,
That's a spirit, right?
he comes back as a like spiritual Punisher, but like these people don't know that.
No, they don't.
When they create the
Unbeknownst
shrine,
to them, ironically,
it will actually work.
Yes.
So
And,
See,
and
I
this
feel like this
honestly
has
has
been
nothing
happening.
to do with anything. It's
Nope.
not like this is what spurs on the action of bringing him back,
Nope.
like the
No.
prayers of those who
No,
go
no,
unanswered.
it's just a
I
thing
like
that
the
also
idea that
happens.
in the Marvel universe, if Punisher were to die, some people would like pay homage to him and like hope
Yeah.
that he would like come
Like
back. Because they're like
desperate
things
people.
come back to life all the time. Maybe Punisher will help me in the afterlife.
maybe, sure.
But coincidentally, Punisher's also back.
Yeah, but no, he's an actual like avenging demon though.
Yes.
So we meet Lucy Mellis. She is coming to this alley because she's suffered. You can see she's been beat up. She's got like an injured eye. And then we meet another character who needs help. He's Justin Randall. His mom's getting beat up by her stepdad, so he draws a Punisher on the window, hoping against hope that
Yeah, he can't make it to the alley. So
he can't
just-
go to the alley.
He just
so.
puts a little skull.
Well,
in
it's
the
a
window.
little late at night.
It's true. It's after
Yeah.
bedtime.
Yep. And then we meet a new guy. Who's this?
Look at the world crying out for Punisher.
Yes,
That's
the
the
world
thing.
needs a Punisher.
Yeah.
Eddie Dobbs, he needs a fix. And he never thought he'd do it, but there's an old man there, and he could get him. The guy can't fight back. if it wasn't so desperate for those drugs, he wouldn't do it, but he needs them. Maybe he'll just, no, I won't. I won't do it. And then Punisher shows up, and he's like, good.
Punisher's been back there for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, just like waiting.
It's itching like,
Do it. Come on.
Come on,
Come on,
do
come
it.
on.
No, I'm
I
not.
don't have a light.
There's symbols on windows. I gotta go. Come
Yeah,
on.
Come on, just either kill him or don't.
Right.
It's up to
I don't
you.
care. I just gotta know so I can do what I'm gonna do.
Right.
Maybe I'll just kill you just to be sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says you get to walk away, and this is where you see he's got a
Insignia.
red symbol on his forehead.
Oh.
What's happening?
Well, that's
man.
right. Someone does. We don't know who that is.
Well,
We've seen the cover.
yeah.
Someone. No.
Yeah, where he has
no,
the same
I didn't see.
symbol.
Nope. I just blindly buy
Yeah,
my
I'm
comics and
like,
just.
I don't want to be
This-
ruined. Don't ruin the book. Okay.
There we go. Page
Who
one.
is that?
Close.
Oh, cool question.
What did I buy?
What a mystery. Yeah, what'd I buy?
I'm pretty sure you're supposed to know.
Then you turn the
also,
page.
the next page it shows him.
But that now I'm surprised. I'm like,
Oh, it's the Punisher. What?
I thought he was dead.
Yeah, you see an
But I
image
didn't
that's
know
exactly
he
the
was dead
same.
until later
Well,
in
if
this
you
book.
were a follower of the Punisher, I
Yes.
assume it was pretty infamous when he. I assume he actually died in a book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Frank comes upon a drug den, a place where they're cooking up drugs, and the guns that he holds are like nothing you've ever seen before, and you're like,
That's true.
those are weird guns. They're like future guns, I guess.
Yeah, that's because the artist didn't want to draw like a real gun. So they just drew whatever they wanted, and they're like, "Oh, it's from heaven" or whatever.
Yeah, they're heaven guns.
Well, this is the cool thing. So he says pray,
cool.
Yeah. Everything in this book's totally cool.
and then someone actually says Madre de Dios.
yes.
Madre
Mother
de
of God.
Dios. Yeah.
And
Waste
then
him.
Someone pulls out their gun, and he's the first one to die, and
Yeah.
Frank just braps everybody.
Yeah, the gun goes brap.
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 When he thinks of what he needs, he reaches into his coat, and it produces a flamethrower.
Yeah.
Every time he needs something, some
that he
new
needs the flamethrower.
murder, some weapon of destruction.
Yeah.
It's there for him.
It's like a fairy tale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
a man with a bazooka gets the drop on him, but he's able to turn the tables by pulling out a flamethrower. I'm like, you could have just turned
flamethrower?
around and shot him with the gun
With
that's
the
already
gun.
in your hand.
You
That
don't
would have
need-
been faster.
Oh, but I wanted the flamethrower.
No, but here's the great thing. That guy would have never been able to fire a bazooka at you because he was within 10 feet.
Yeah.
He would die too.
Yeah. Well.
The flamethrower goes off, and the flames are like nothing this world has ever
Yeah.
seen before.
The whole building is immediately completely on
Engulfed.
fire.
The flames are racing faster than fire.
They're already on the roof somehow.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that like they're not heavenly.
Right, maybe they're demonic guns.
Oh.
But like Frank comes bursting out from the flames, like, where do you think you're going? And it's just like, look, you don't have to kill me. I got a family. I'll turn my life around. Everything will be fine. And just like this entire building's gonna burn down. We should both get down.
Yeah.
And we can talk about this like civilized
Yeah,
men.
we're both gonna die. We both should survive. Like.
So then Frank
not
says,
worth
"Oh,
it."
you want to get down?" and chucks him off the building. Doesn't even let the flames do anything.
Yeah.
You know, in terms of fire, like, isn't heaven also about fire and brimstone?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
With the
No,
wrath.
hell has
The wrath
fire
of
and brimstone. I don't. Well, yeah.
No, they've got the wrath.
I mean, yes. Yeah,
You got the
sometimes
wrath.
cities are destroyed, so yeah.
I always thought brimstone was hell, though.
Brimstone
Like
is,
sulfurous.
but like flames from heaven. Yeah,
There
the
is a
Ark of the
fiery
Covenant
bush.
shoots out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
destroys mountains
They
and
use
stuff.
fire a lot.
Yeah,
All right.
there is a lot of
He's
fire.
like, this is like God's vengeance.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah, this is Old Testament
Yeah.
heavenly fire.
Yeah.
This also happened to Moses at one point, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Moses showed up and
Yeah,
like
and he
an
burned
Uzi.
Yeah.
the Pharaoh's temple down or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
I think
he
that
mowed it
happened.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah, him and Jesus
it's in
teamed
there
up.
somewhere.
They high-fived.
Yeah.
Frank falls in the building.
Yeah, the building collapses under him and he just falls into it.
It's fine.
He's like, it
Falls
doesn't
into
matter.
hell, it says.
And as the firemen are putting it all out, Frank has a flashback of his life. He sees himself as a soldier. He sees himself with his family. He sees himself being the Punisher. And then you see him like with a gun to his head.
Yeah.
And it's not fully clear
If
it's his own hand. It looks like it, but the
Yeah.
panel cuts it off.
Yeah. And but he's saying he can't remember dying. Like he's
Right.
trying to piece together his like history here,
Yeah.
and he's got like
Yeah.
flashes of it, but he's not sure. So I guess he just came back.
Right, because Golden Red Spawn.
Yep.
And so when he dies,
Yep.
he
Well, that's
comes
what-
back and he doesn't have all of his memories.
And he's in it. There's an alley
There's
involved.
an alley. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Fire
And
and
he
cool
dresses like a
guns.
hobo.
And there's
his-
like a demon.
And
who's-
his coat is more like a cape.
Yeah. Ugh. Smash cut 2, a church, but it's not a sanctified church anymore. The church like sold it or whatever. Now it's just a building that looks like a church. But people are there praying anyway. And it's two dudes. The church is empty.
It's just two dudes.
It's just two dudes. It's just two dudes praying.
Yep.
And then a legit demon
Yep.
with
Yep.
wings and like fangs shows up
Yeah.
behind them.
And very Punisher themed, has a skull
It's
face.
like a skull face.
That's important later.
Not only is there a
purpose.
straight up demon, but those two dudes that were praying, they're angels. They're fallen
oh,
angels.
what? Yeah.
Because we want to get some preacher shit up in this bitch.
Yeah.
So now demons and angels are fighting on Earth.
Yep. Yep.
In a Punisher book.
In a Punisher book. So the demon has like, Olivier has like goons who wear sunglasses and they come with knives. I guess they don't use guns. And they stab. They stab the angels, but they can't stab the one guy enough times and he gets away.
Yeah.
He's not good at stabbing.
Flies
Yeah.
away
They-
like an angel.
He thrusts through the window and he's like, Lord, why have you like forsaken us? And then, like it's,
I'm not gonna lie, Olivia has a great line where like the angels are praying like, Lord, I know that like you have left us, but like if you could look down on us one more time, like every day we pray that you'll like see us and forgive us and do all this kind of stuff. And Olivia walks in and is just like, I'm gonna give you a minute before I do anything and see if your God steps in.
yeah.
Anything? No?
Yeah. Let's all hum
wow.
the theme to Jeopardy.
That was where it's like, oh damn.
So he's like, he's not like an old-fashioned guy. No, he's hip. He's with it. You know, he watches
he
TV.
watches
He's
Jeopardy.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He makes like timely references.
Exactly. This is a cool guy.
Yeah. And then like opens the mouth of the other one and looks like he's doing
Mouth-to-mouth
resuscitation, but he's actually sucking the like life out of one of the angels.
Right.
And which bursts into flames.
Yeah, it's
That's
Blade
awesome.
rules where you shoot the vampire and they explode into bones.
Well,
Yeah.
unless like they're hot.
right.
and then
in
they
which
Yeah,
case
and
they
then they
slowly
get to have a
die.
nice death.
Yeah, even though wasn't that worse because it's like you're feeling it for more time.
Yeah.
Like the
No,
pain
no.
of like burning.
It's because they're in love.
It's a
so
beautiful
fine.
death.
because
Yeah.
it's gorgeous.
Unlike 30 Days of Night, which was a proper death.
Yes, he just screams his bloody head off until he dies.
Yeah, God.
So as it turns out, Olivier was one of the angels who like defied God when
Way
the war
back.
broke out.
During the
Yeah, when Lucifer fell from heaven.
Yep.
that whole
And
thing.
then in hell, like even the demons rebelled against him because he was like too much of a rebel.
He was such a badass. They spat him out of hell.
Like Lucifer's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Or
So-
Mephisto.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened is this angel, or this person,
Yeah, former
demon,
angel.
demon.
Olivier, is essentially Meatloaf.
Yes, he's a bat out of hell.
Precisely.
They kick him out and he becomes a person.
They
and-
make him be born as a person because that's the worst punishment they could think of.
Thanks.
Burn for humanity. So this woman from before in the book is about to get beat up by her husband or boyfriend or whatever.
Presumably.
Then the lights go out.
Oh no!
Oh no!
And Spawn, I mean,
And then Punisher shows up, punches him in the face.
The Spawnisher.
Yeah, and he punches him a lot. And
The Punisher.
he says, "You're never gonna hit her again." He doesn't kill him. He just scares him
But
almost to death.
He doesn't use any like hell guns. or
Right.
No.
Heaven
Special
guns.
But his
guns.
he
eyes
just
do
punches
glow
him.
red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. And there's a difference. That's the weird thing. Okay, so let's talk about that a little bit. The red eye thing.
Yes.
It's like when he like goes full Punisher, he gets the red eyes and
Yeah.
like becomes
He,
this
like,
kind of
activates.
like he activates. But the
Yeah.
rest, when he's not activated, he's like Punisher Frank Castle. Who's like, what am I doing here?
Yes.
Like he's confused about his place.
Right.
But like then he gets turned on.
Yes.
Yeah,
And then
he's
he
like, I
becomes
gotta
like
go
Not like
punish.
that.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
This is like a run-of-the-mill.
Well, this is their way
But
of being
he
like,
gets
look.
the eyes and the brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he is punishing.
No,
he's
doesn't
still
get them to do
punishing.
it. Oh yeah. Well, but then he turns them off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It only
'Cause
lasts for
apparently
like
he
a
knows
second.
Lucy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he gets-
they were childhood friends.
Yes.
Yeah, she was
And
8.
this is where he confirms that, like, if you go to the alley, like, he's watching, because he says, you came to the alley, you asked for help.
Right.
So he's like, no, I am literally watching
And
that
her husband's
alley.
like, "Oh man, you ratted me out to the alley. What's wrong with you?"
You went to the alley? Are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
Jeez.
He could have killed me.
Yeah, next time I'm just going to kill you, because you might go to the alley again.
I can't trust you won't.
Yeah. So she says, Frank Castiglione?
Oh, here's his name.
There it is.
Yeah.
You're the Punisher? She doesn't even know who he is.
No, and that's kind of fun.
I guess nobody, is his identity not known?
No, it's widely known.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone
she
knows
might
Frank
be a
Castle's the
rube.
Punisher.
I guess. She heard of the Punisher, but she never really watched
Put it
the
together.
movie.
Yes,
Well,
exactly.
not only that, but she's just like, wait, it's you? You're
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
Right.
I couldn't believe, I never
She's
would
more a
believe it.
Daredevil person.
Yeah. He has
I
a
might.
flashback to clowning around with her when they were younger.
Yeah, we
She's
need to
eating ice
retcon that she
cream, He pushes
exists.
it into her face. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good childhood chums.
She mentions she thought he was dead. He's not. He goes back to the alley. I guess he hangs out there.
Yes.
there was a sandwich.
Literally in that corner.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they're giving him gifts, like they're paying
Yeah.
him homage. I love that idea.
It
that,
is
like,
kind of
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, cool, free sandwich.
He has more flashbacks. She's still figuring it out.
To this past we never really
He
saw.
figures out he was the Punisher. He figures out he dies. He doesn't know why he's here. He wants to be in heaven with his family. He's like,
Yes.
if I'm dead, why aren't I with them?
Right.
And then, on cue,
His family shows up.
Yeah.
There's his wife and his kids. And they're like, Daddy? And he's like, Maria? My God. And they're like, come on, Dad. You have to come with us. And he's like, no, stay here with me. Please just stay here with me.
Just come up the
come here.
scaffolding. Come on.
come on, you almost got us.
Push.
Frank, you'll never catch your family.
You never catch your family, Frank.
Tiffany! Tiffany, the Punisher! So
Yeah.
they're like, no, look, just come with us. There's plenty of time to talk later. Everything will be fine. And they're like just climbing up this fire escape. And they go up to the top of this building. And there's a feather. And apparently one of the angels did get stabbed enough. The one that got away, didn't really get away enough.
No, he was stabbed, and he's dying.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he,
like, "Come
he creates
closer."
like a hallucination to lure the Punisher
Yeah,
up.
I couldn't think of anything else to bring you up here.
I'm sorry. It's the only way. It's the only thing
Well, how about
that will
like
get you here.
implying that there's someone who needs to be punished up there?
Yeah.
How about me coming to you? You were clearly down in the alley, and I'm in the building on top of you. I
Yeah.
could have just made it another 10 feet.
If all you could do is create a vision of like a kid being like, Mister, you gotta help. He's gonna hurt my mommy. He's on the roof. Like anything.
Could have been that kid.
Yeah.
Oh
No,
my God, that
instead,
would
we're
have
just gonna traumatize you further.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna show how much of a dick I am.
Yup.
So the angel is a Grigori. It's one of the angels
It's an
that was
angel.
created
Yeah. It's called the
to watch
Grigori.
humanity.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
And
creepy like.
Yeah.
Yep. He tells him what's up. He tells him who the bad guy is. It's
Yeah.
Olivia. You gotta stop Olivia.
Yep. That's your mission of this book now.
Find Gadriel, Frank. He'll tell you what you need. Oh.
It's
and
funny
then-
you said that because I think is he Tariel? And I was like,
Yeah.
this is very,
Yeah.
Elvinish.
yeah. You don't have to look that up. I was just saying,
They
like,
are
it's something.
no. Oh yeah. One of them is Ephestor, Esphares, and Tariel.
Yeah.
Yes, Tariel is the one who got away. Esphares was the one who died. Gadriel is the one who we
He's
haven't
looking
seen
for,
yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Galadriel.
Yeah, he's got a mission now. His next mission objective is to find Gadriel.
These are the elves. They went to the Undying Lands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It turns out it was
basically.
this hellhole.
Yeah. It sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He tells him there's a club or something.
Secret club.
If you ask the wrong people, you'll find it. It's called Milton's. And
Yeah,
then
it's
he
like
dies.
John
clever.
Milton from friggin' Paradise Lost. Wow, I read a book.
I heard about a book one time.
Yeah, I think I know what a book is.
Yeah. So I guess this is just how angels die.
Yeah,
I
they
thought,
explode into fire.
thought
Yeah.
when Olivier sucked the life
Yeah.
out of one, he like killed him with like demon energy,
Yeah,
and that's why he
no.
burst into flames. No, they all burst
Well,
into flames.
because angels die all the time.
No evidence.
Yeah, they can't leave any evidence
Oh
behind.
yeah.
Every time you see a
But
falling
Frank
star,
does.
that's an angel.
And that's why Frank surprises them, because he brings in a feather with him.
Yeah.
And that's how the proof that he needs to say, like, yo, I know what's going on, because I got feathers.
I guess. Does he do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he presents the feather later.
Oh, okay.
Like Dumbo. With the crow feather. That's what gets
Yeah,
him to
yeah,
fly.
yeah. Cool.
So Frank finds this club, this
Yep.
Milton's,
Yeah.
and the guy lets him in. He's like, "Oh, hey, I know who you are. Yeah, you'll find what you need inside.
Yeah,
it's a good time."
Damon Hellstrom.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I mean,
fucking badass.
is that?
Damon Hellstrom is the son of Satanish and brother of Satana.
Oh, he's an actual character.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Satanish was mentioned earlier in the book. I thought it was
Yes.
just another name for the devil.
No, it's a
It's
specific.
just-
No, but they do
Another
reference like all the devils, and
Yeah.
including Mephisto. So it's like,
Yeah.
no, this is all right, yes, we are aping off Garth Ennis and his whole bullshit Judeo mythology.
Yeah.
But we also want you to remember you're reading a Marvel comic.
Yes.
Yep.
We didn't forget.
We have our own specific mythology. It
Yeah.
involves a guy named Mephisto.
Yeah.
Yes, and I listen. I understand we're doing Ghost Rider, but we're not. So
This is like that, but not. So he walks up to a guy and is like, Gadriel. Points to the bar.
This is a bar where like shady shit is going down,
And
and
hot
everyone's
chicks
fine
are
with it.
everywhere.
yes, and they're wearing the sexiest of impossible costumes.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, he goes to Gadriel.
Yeah, and Gadriel's like telling a story about Tariel, and he basically saying how he like left him alone to their fate.
Yep.
And he says he's made mistakes, and he's got to live with what he's done as he's like wearing this like fancy suit, and he's pouring himself some whiskey. And then Frank shows up, and he puts his hand on his shoulder or grabs him, whatever. He says he didn't want it to die alone.
That's right, because he
drops
says
the feather in front of him.
he says I didn't want to, or I didn't think.
Yeah,
I'd
I didn't
die
think I
alone.
would die alone is the last words.
It's like
of
Frank's right in
Tariel.
front of
It's
you. What are you
like,
talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
No,
yeah.
it's like
No, you
someone I
don't
care
count.
about. I don't even know.
You're a
them.
filthy human.
So
Yeah.
you're a person.
Oh, sorry.
That's basically like being alone.
So yeah, he throws down the feather as evidence that he actually did meet Tariel.
Yes.
And the guy's like, for a second, he's like, oh, Tariel. And then he's like,
Anyway,
anyway.
he's a used car salesman.
Thought
I'm
you
trying to
might
write
show
like
up.
Time to
Ardennis.
wheel and deal
Yep,
here.
here
you're
we
supposed
go.
to
I'm
really
back
not
on it.
like this guy.
Right.
But he's a little complex. He does feel bad, but
Yeah.
he's got to put on a show. So Castle, the guy offers to buy him a drink, and Castle grabs his hand and smashes his glass in his hand, which is
Yeah.
cool.
Like Rorschach does in the movie.
Oh yeah, he does, and he's like holding his hand hard. He's asking him, he's torturing him for information.
Yeah.
He doesn't have time
It's
to talk to
Angel.
this guy.
You're like, why did this guy send me to you?
Right.
How come you
Explain
have
the
all
plot
answers?
to me.
Move it along a
There's
bit.
there's like 3 different directions this book could go in.
Right. So he explains that he was a Grigori too, like them, and he thought that
This guy brought Frank back.
yes, that's right, to make up for his failure, I guess, to save Frank's family, because he is Frank's family's guardian angel.
Right.
What?
Which,
So
if
who
that's
is-
the case, so guardian angels fail all the time?
Yeah.
Because
What,
people die all the
Did Gwen
time?
Stacy have a guardian angel?
Does
Never
everyone?
addressed. Yeah.
I doubt it.
I don't-
How about all the people watching over the people that Frank
And where
kills?
do they all go?
Right. This is a concept that was like, oh, until you think about it for half a second, and you're like, no.
Wait a minute. Yeah. No, they're everywhere. They're all in bars like this that you don't ever go to or
And they're
see.
drinking their sorrows away because they fail all the time.
because they're
Maybe
constantly failing.
Maybe they're only for the people that are innocent.
Or that aren't meant to die yet.
Right.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I guess.
Okay. So,
But that doesn't make
so
any
like
sense.
Frank's an anomaly. He shouldn't be
Frank.
the Punisher.
Frank was not being watched. It was his
No, I
wife.
know,
Well,
that's
yeah,
what
but
I'm
he's
saying.
saying he was never supposed to become the Punisher because his family was never supposed to die.
Right.
It was an F up. And as a result, you get free.
Yeah. As a result, you get the Punisher. So
Yeah.
it's like you failed on a colossal level.
Yeah.
And the way that I apologized for making you was to bring you back and make you the Punisher
Bingo.
again.
Yeah, well, because Frank was going to go to hell. And so he's
oh.
like, I'm gonna rescue you from hell and give you a chance to redeem yourself, I guess by working as an agent of God,
Yeah.
and that'll get you out of going to hell. If you do it right,
Yeah,
I guess, is
I guess.
the idea.
And
He
he
doesn't
was-
really explain it, but this is what I'm inferring. He
Right.
just says, I wanted to give you a chance at redemption.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's like, listen, this triggers Frank,
Well, yeah, because he
Whoa.
admits that he
Yeah.
failed to save his family, so Frank, freaks out.
and he becomes new Punisher.
Yeah,
You know,
he reds out. Eyes go red, symbol comes up, and he says,
he gets his
pray, and he points his gun.
magic
Oh,
gun.
wow,
balls out.
deep.
Whoa.
Whoa.
But here's the question.
Yeah.
If Frank went to hell for being the Punisher,
Well, he was on his way to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he was on his way.
Yeah.
Why is him being the Punisher again supposed to be different?
Well,
Well, because
now he's-
you're really good at it, and if I point you in the right direction, maybe you can actually do some good for me.
Yeah, it's like
I'm just lying.
it's like
Probably.
Thank you.
It's like you did things you're not supposed to do, and when we bring you back, you will continue to do those things. However, there's also one specific thing that we really want you to do, and if you do that, we'll forgive all
the other stuff. There's no
No,
way. Yeah.
that's not how God works.
God works just like our justice system, where if you make a deal with the cops, even if you're a bad
If we
person,
get a bigger person than you,
yeah,
you,
then
you can go home.
Oh, you
Go
know
home.
what? You're gonna get Olivier for us?
Yeah.
Oh, Frank, this is your ticket.
Yeah.
So this
and,
is
and
a-
maybe it's like, well, you don't just go to heaven, but we'll give you a plea deal where you
You
won't
can
go
stay
to
in hell for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
No, you get visitation with your family.
I guess it would make more sense if it was one of the other devils who was making this deal.
Yeah, but
Because
they
it was
will-
like,
and
we
maybe it
have to
is.
stop
Yeah.
We
this
don't know
guy.
where it goes.
Yeah, we have to stop Olivier. He's gonna throw everything out of whack.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's a joint venture
That
between
could- that would
God
be
and
cool.
the
That is-
devil.
That's like at least 3 different Ghost Rider stories.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
almost Preacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
No, you could. What's ironic about this is once this fails, and indeed it does, they
Well-
hire Garth Ennis to take over.
Well, Garth, it's basically what you already wrote.
Oh, and he threw the whole concept away. And he's like,
Yay.
okay, so Frank's a guy, and he just kills mobsters, and he's like, and he really enjoys it. That's it.
So, how does he have him stop being a avenging?
Yes. Fantastic Four, 1, 2, 3, 4.
What? You mean I'm not doing that one?
Believe it or not, is by
What book are
Grant.
you gonna do?
I don't know. I got a secret book. It's by Grant Morrison and Jay Lee.
Yeah.
Grant Morrison taking over the Fantastic Four, which is a horrible idea. So the story opens, and Jay Lee is just like, I don't know. He's channeling all kinds of grit that I've never seen him do in my life for one of the most polished franchises in Marvel.
Well, that's how you make things real. You got to drag these people
Yeah,
through the
it's
mud.
the Fantastic Four like you've never seen them before.
I mean, yes.
Before?
So
I feel like Jay Lee's work is very similar to what I've seen his work before. The colorist is bringing more of that
more of that grit
grit
and like
because if you just like you see the
horror.
lines, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's true.
like Jay Lee always relies on heavy shadows.
Yes.
And like putting in those wrinkles and like making things look a little more realistic, but
Mm-hmm.
the colorist is the one who's like dragging it down even more so.
That's Jose Villarrubia, who's a painted colorist.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's not digital; they're paints.
Oh, yeah.
Which may account for why it's so visceral. In any case, so Ben Grimm's on the scene. He's wearing his patented hat and trench coat combo, and he's on Yancey Street, where he's from, and he is basically interceding on some kind of like police activity. There's some crap going on, and he's like basically stepping in and dealing with it for him, for the police. And the police don't really appreciate it, and they're just giving him a really hard time, and he's giving them an even bigger hard time. If you've ever thought that Benjamin J. Grimm, the ever-loving blue-eyed thing, was the most melodramatic person on the planet, this book will do nothing to dissuade you from that theory. He is wearing his heart on his sleeve and then like shoving it in your face because he will not get over this monstrous chip on his shoulder. Forgive the pun.
That's what he is. He's a guy with a chip on his
He
shoulder,
is
right?
he is
That's
the chip
thing.
on his shoulder. Like he's the whole chip. It's just he
is a chip on
He
the
is so
proverbial shoulder.
abrasive. Like he has
Yep.
every opportunity to not be a dick, and he refuses every opportunity.
Yep.
And the cops are just like, holy crap, man.
Yeah.
And he is just screaming in their faces about how he's like, you're welcome. Like just constantly, you're welcome.
They are being like douchebags
yes.
to him.
They give him a hard time.
And the criminals are also being equally
Yes, the
jerks.
criminals are also being jerks. The idea here is we're getting a real deep misery angle on the Fantastic Four. No one's
Everyone
happy.
in this book is an asshole.
Yes.
Every single person who appears on the pages of this book is an asshole.
Yes.
Including the cops.
But it seems like everyone's just had enough. Like, no one's
Yeah.
cutting Ben
Right.
Grimm any slack
Everyone's
anymore.
sick of the Fantastic Four.
They're
Everyone's
sick of
sick
each
of
other.
being on the Fantastic
Yep.
Four.
Yeah.
So Thing leaves these cops, and they're like, "Oh my God, what an asshole!" And one of them goes, "You should see the Human Torch."
I
Like, if
believe
you think
that.
he sucks, Human Torch is worse.
I believe that. Also, for some
Yep.
reason, that sequence really made me want to see like a single issue of Ben Grimm meeting Raphael in his trench coat.
Oh my God, they're just going to each other.
yes.
What are you looking at?
The hell are you looking at?
No, them saying it at the same time. It's the same thing, pointing at each other.
Yeah.
That's the whole picture. That's all I want. That's the image.
Yep.
Just
Someone
Raph
draw
and
that.
Ben, just
Yeah.
draw that. What are
Yeah.
you looking at?
And the
Same
balloon goes to both
apostrophe
of them.
on looking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we cut to Sue Storm. She is, of course, miserable and lonely, and she's all by herself, and she's a homebody, and she's unhappy, and she's pining over Namor, even though we don't have any reference to it besides someone making a very off-color reference to it, and her kind of not refuting it. But she's surrounded by this weird kind of like aquarium, and it's full of what you think are fish, but they're actually clay fish that are made by Alicia Masters, and she's like playing, because Alicia Masters, of course, is the Puppet Master's daughter, and she has the same gift for being able to like make lifelike sculptures. And I
Thank
guess
you for making this make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea
yeah,
what's
no,
happening.
Alicia Masters was the daughter of the Puppet Master. She still is, but she used to too. And she made these living creatures that are fish, I guess, out of clay. And they're like, I think it's
She does mention fish puppets at one
the
point.
pretense
I think
is-
a little bit of a clue.
Yeah, the pretense is that they're experimenting with like artificial life using her gift.
Okay.
That's all you need to know.
like
the point
fish
is,
golems.
Yeah. For
Is
all
that
the
something they
purposes,
inherited
Golems?
from a prior book?
yeah.
Fish
I guess
glops.
that's
Oh, the
happening
fish thing? No,
in-
that's
oh.
all made up. No, it's
Fish
just
glove
it's just
clubs?
visual that Morrison wants to play with. Johnny's gonna leave, and he makes a comment about like Atlantis and how like I saw you freak out, like it looks like you got really excited about.
She
Namor.
hears a story about Atlantis, and she's like on the news, and
Yeah.
she's like, "What were they saying about Atlantis?"
Yeah, and he's like, I didn't hear anything. Must be wishful thinking. You're like, okay,
What?
But yeah, so she and her brother are having a little back and forth, and Johnny
She's in a
decides-
loveless marriage, and and her brother knows it.
and is happy to remind her of it every chance he gets.
And is also happy to remind her to be like, oh, you remember that fish man that loves you?
Yeah,
Who
exactly.
just wants to take you
That's-
away?
Yeah,
his-
from all this. So he kills one of the fish with his
I think he
fire.
kills all of the fish.
Yeah, I think you're right. He kills all the fish.
Yeah.
He burns all the fish with his fire powers, which makes him look like an asshole who kills fish. But then it's okay because they're clay fish, so it doesn't matter.
But they're still like.
And it was like the one thing that was bringing her joy.
Yes,
Yep.
and
he
he
was like-
destroyed it.
Well,
for
he's
fun.
He's
no
shattering her
reason.
window.
Yes.
He's being like, look, you have this fake like wall up
Right.
where you think you're fine with Reed just like walling off the world and ignoring you.
Yeah.
And you're not.
Because Reed is.
Let me show you by killing your fish.
Does she want fish because of the connection to Atlantis?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, she's living in this kind of like artificial fantasy world.
Because she can't live in the actual Atlantis.
Yeah,
Because
she-
she's chained to fucking the Baxter building with
Yeah.
an idiot husband.
So Reed is deep in thought
Yeah.
at this point, which you thought was just him thinking or jerking it off, but instead he's actually like walled himself off into this insane Frankensteinian laboratory,
Yep.
and like the wall is closed, he's locked in there, and it's called like the designation is deep in thought, which is like when he calls himself that, don't go near him or go
Yep.
in there.
Is
been
this
there for
like where the
days.
idea of the maker came from?
I'm sure, right? I mean, like it has to be. So
Like being plugged into that machine.
yeah, so
or just
thing.
a bastard version of
Right.
of Reed.
So Thing comes home. He bumps into Johnny and Sue, and they have a horrible time together because they hate each other apparently.
Yep.
And,
Well, Sue's
Johnny's
trying
a
to be
jerk.
nice to
She's
him.
trying to be nice to Ben, and Johnny's like, "Why? He's a monster." And he's like, "Hey, I'll kill you. I'll literally kill you." And he's like, "Oh, screw you, Ben." And you're like, "This is like the fun, cute, whimsical stuff, but with a real miserable twinge to it."
Yeah.
So
Like when they're not out saving the world and they just have to live with each other.
yeah, they're unhappy.
Yeah.
And Ben is constantly, complaining about how he just wants to be normal again. And I'm like, it's like what, 2000, like 1999, like we've been over this, Ben.
Yep.
Like, yeah, 2001. We've been through this already. You've
No,
gone.
this is what I know about the thing.
Yeah, this is what I want to say about the Thing is that he doesn't want to be the Thing anymore.
It's torture being the thing.
So
And every
Sue-
time he
'Cause he's
thinks
gross.
he wants to not be the thing anymore, we're gonna prove that like it's worse being you.
So Sue calls Alicia because they're girls and they have to talk to each other. And so Alicia is like, "Oh, whatever." Like she's an airhead and she's like, "I'll make you some more fish. It'll make you feel good."
Yeah.
And Sue's like, "Okay." So she gets into her Fantasticar and she's flying around and she's the one who drops the idea that maybe Reed has Asperger's syndrome.
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh, you're gonna do that? Okay." So they do. And the whole thing is, by the way, Reed. So we know what Sue, Ben, and Johnny are up to. What's Reed up to? He is trying to interface with a Doombot, some like leftover, discarded, nemesis that they were dealing with in a presupposed battle with Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
So he's trying to connect with this Doombot, or at least the mainframe of the Doombot in this cordoned off room. On the other side of it is just this discarded robot husk
Yeah.
that looks like Doctor Doom, and Thing is bitching and moaning, and he's trying to talk to Reed. And I think he's leaving a message or something. But ultimately, the Doombot opens up its mouth and is like, "Why are you wasting your time with Reed anyway?" And Ben's like, "What are you doing here?" And it turns out that Doctor Doom can open up a conduit through any Doombot he wants. And so he's decided he's going to talk to Ben through the discarded Doombot.
Yeah.
So it's really Doctor Doom talking to Ben through this communique.
Yep.
And Ben is, of course, like, "Screw you, Doom. You're a bad guy. We fight. You're a jerk. I hate you." But he's still listening to him. And, of course, we get this great moment where Ben hits the head off the shoulders, then picks it up in a kind of Hamletian fashion, and then the two of them have a back and forth where basically Doom's like, "I'm done with the whole Doctor Doom, Fantastic Four rivalry." So
The whole thing's stupid.
this whole thing, being the Fantastic Four is dumb. Comic books are stupid. He's basically pulling the whole curtain back on the whole thing.
Reed's an asshole,
Yeah,
idiot.
Reed's an asshole. So, the fact is, Reed could fix you. I could fix you. Let's let it all go. So, if you are in any way remotely interested in my offer, which is to throw it all away and move on, then grab my gauntlet from my fake Doombot over there and put it on, and it'll Endgame Infinity Gauntlet Iron Man it on you, but 18 years before that happens.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
and my magic will teleport you here. So he does.
Yeah, well, he doesn't tell him that's what's
No,
going to happen. He
but
just
that's
goads him into putting on the glove.
So he puts the glove on,
Yeah.
it forms around his hand.
goes,
He's
"Ah!"
encircled by magic, he freaks out and he wakes up and he's actually in Latveria now. And he's like, "What up?" And Doom's standing there and he's like, "All right, let's go." So Doom and Thing walk through Doomstadt, which is of course Doom's castle and home. And basically Doom, muses about life and all that stuff.
Well, he talks about his country and how he's the savior and the king of his people.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
that's
basically
treats them
sells
fairly.
himself as like not that bad of a guy.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Look, I know that I've already proved my identity, but let me take my mask off and prove that I'm me." So he does, and he hands it to Ben. Anyway, he says it can't be fixed. There's no way. And I guess the idea is that his face is fixed because of what he's about to offer to Ben.
Yeah.
And so, he says like, "Okay, let's go." So then, basically, the way in which Doom is going to fix Ben, and in fact does, is that he's like, go up these stairs, and the stairs will take you kind of like through time. And then it'll like melt away the layers of years that you have been the Thing until you come out the other side and you're yourself again.
Yeah.
So he does. You know,
It's like movie. It's like I guess taking his
It's a
body back in
Wonderful
time.
Life.
yes.
Yeah.
So
Well.
so
Yep.
Ben advances up the staircase, and each time he walks through another like portal, he feels pain, and he goes through a thing until he is like lightning bolted from the tower at Doomstadt back to Yancey Street, where it all started. For him in this book, and he's Benjamin J. Grimm, and he's like, oh my god, and he's almost hit by a car, and he tries to get it back into the Baxter building, but the doorman won't let him in because he's like, you're not Ben Grimm, you're not the man I know.
I know what Ben Grimm looks like,
and
you
don't look like him.
Yeah. He's
So
a gross rock monster.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're
And
like
I hate him.
Yeah.
Ben-
you're like
And you're a handsome young fellow. What's
Yeah.
your name?
yeah.
He
So
also calls Reed Professor Reed.
yes, exactly.
Or Professor Richards.
Yeah, he says like, you'll have to talk to Professor Richards.
Yeah.
So he says like he'll see me. So he uses the handprint identification thing. He doesn't read him. And
Doesn't
so
read him.
It doesn't unlock the door. So he says, I don't think I belong here. And the guy's like, I don't think you do, sir. Like he's some kind of freaking character who knows how to break the fourth wall. And so Ben like wanders away and ends up back on Yancey Street. And so
And this entire time, Ben knows that something is wrong.
yeah, well, there's something wrong. He's
freaking out.
He must have undone something. He doesn't
Yeah.
say this.
The art's also different.
Yeah. Oh, it's black and white.
Yeah.
Like It's a Wonderful Life. So he's freaking out, and that's when we cut back to Doom, and he said, how to destroy a man, grant him his heart's desire. 1. And he crushes a puppet or a clay figure of the Thing. And then Ben Grimm gets hit by a car,
Yeah.
and because he's not a rock monster, it effectively, wrecks him.
Yeah.
And he collapses in the street. So presumably each...
And what does he say?
Oh, he says, stop, read.
Oh,
You're like, what? Clearly, when Doom says 1, as if to say like 1 down, 3
Yes.
to go.
Yeah.
Well, that's why it's called 1, 2, 3, 4. Presumably the second one will be about how he destroys. And it's, of course, Doom picked an opportune time to destroy the Fantastic Four because they're all like they're most tense and miserable.
Yeah, they're at each other's throats anyway.
Yeah, so it was easy to divide them, and so that's Doom's method. Is he's like tricking Ben into thinking I can heal myself, I can heal yourself, and blah blah blah. So he's like, that's Thing, next one, and so forth.
Right.
So that's what happens in Fantastic Four 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just a misery fest. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like an odd kind of like off the wall thing, which you could expect from Grant Morrison. He
Sure.
wants to do something a little deeper, a little
Yeah.
more interesting.
Yeah.
He's not just going to tell
He's
you a
got a
story about
thing he's doing.
about the 4 of them getting into a cool flying car and
No.
fighting the Mole Man. So,
No.
And finally, we have another Marvel Knights treatment of Doctor Strange.
It's Doctor Strange: The Flight of Bones. Bones. Written by Dan Jolly, Tony Harris, and Ray Snyder. Art by Tony Harris.
Okay.
Because the story's by all 3 of them.
Yes.
Okay.
Technically, Dan Jolly wrote the script,
Right.
Okay.
He wrote the lines they say.
which is why, if you ever see the collected version of this, it's a nightmare because it's not only the 4 issues of this, but then there's other issues that have nothing to do with this necessarily that are in there. And so, like, the laundry list of people who worked on that book is ridiculous. So, anyway.
Well, what happens in this one?
In this book, The Flight of Bones, it's like a noir Doctor Strange kind of story. It's a very detective, like Doctor Strange look at what he does on the day-to-day kind of thing.
Right.
Less like, oh no, there's a giant threat looming. And
Yeah,
more
but there is
like,
a giant threat looming.
Yeah, there is a threat looming.
Ah.
You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
I'm talking like, a dimensional collapse
Right,
or
it's
like,
not
you
that.
know. It opens in a bank where there's like a guy who's like trying to cash a check that he has altered. Like his dad sent him a check.
No, Tiffany, that
No.
was his dad.
He altered it
changed
before
the
he
amount.
gave it to
Yeah,
me.
I'm gonna have to call your dad.
You don't have to call my
No,
dad.
why would you
call him the check?
He wrote it. He knows how much it's for. You don't need to call him.
Exactly. But while this is going on, it's meant to distract us from this like shadowy figure coming in behind them. And this person's holding up the bank. And when he gets up to the counter, he vaporizes the guy with the check with like purple magic. And like says like I need to take out all the money, please. Like all of it. And then we see that the guy who's holding them up has no skin on his face.
Yeah.
Like he's literally skinless.
It's like he took his face off.
Yeah, he like peeled it down like a banana.
Yeah.
And he's like
Hellraiser.
like wearing a paper hat which he puts on when he gets into the bank. Like he gets in the bank, he's like, oh hang on, put my hat on.
Maybe he's gonna.
So I don't want to give
use
away
that-
my identity.
He vaporizes a few more people.
He's just like bam, bam, bam.
yeah, it's just like you're dead. He's just trying to find someone to open the vault.
Yeah. Open the vault. Hurry up. I'm gonna keep killing people until you open the
literally,
vault.
like I can do this all day.
Yeah.
Right.
I can do this all day. I don't have a face.
No, it's
A
skin
man
on
with
my
no
fingers.
skin's got nothing to lose.
It's the Sanctum Sanctorum, and Doctor Strange is having tea with a fellow doctor, and we see Strange's hands shaking. More so than usual, because we know Strange's hands have nerve damage to them, but like over time it's gotten progressively worse. And so he has brought this doctor in to like interview him to see if he's worthy of trying to go in and fix just that. Like obviously they can't repair the hands fully, but like if at least they could reduce this.
Yeah. I'm gonna be
shaking.
able to at least do this.
Yeah, because he's concerned that like he's like the simple incantations, fine, no problem. But like some of the more like intricate ones, I'm gonna start having a problem casting. And what sort of
I don't
Sorcerer
think I
Supreme
can
am I?
cast.
I like the word that you chose. Instead of being qualified, that he was worthy.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's, yep.
Well, that's yes.
That's exactly it.
He's the Sorcerer Supreme. Are you worthy?
Yeah.
No.
To cut into my flesh, you gotta
Exactly.
show me.
And the other part that he's also doing is really just he wants to get in this guy's head because like this guy recently lost a patient, which ended up causing a malpractice suit against him, even though apparently it really is not this guy's fault.
Yeah.
It just happens. Sometimes you're going to lose a few, apparently.
Yeah. Well, Strange is at least saying that it wasn't his fault.
Right.
Because he wants him
Because he wants him to do the job.
No, it wasn't your fault. It's
Yeah.
crazy what happened to you.
Exactly. But like he's like, this guy's super skilled and I need him to do this. So
His
like,
confidence is shaken. So
right.
yeah, I gotta-
And he's like, I need to know if he can do it or not. And like maybe I can bolster that confidence.
Yeah.
The guy's like basically like I can't do it.
I'll
Like
never
I've got-
operate again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's like, I appreciate you like trying, but like this is never gonna work. And like as they're having this conversation, like Strange has a straight up Obi-Wan Kenobi Alderaan exploded moment. Well, he also does that.
But yeah, we'll get to that.
He also like he does because in this universe, Doctor Strange nobody really knows what he does, and they don't know that he's the Sorcerer Supreme necessarily. Obviously, most of the Marvel universe doesn't really, but like when people ask him about like, oh wait, what are you a doctor of? Wasn't there a guy like years ago? So like in this, we see him use like a Jedi mind trick to be like, I'm a doctor of philosophy, like moving on. And he's like, oh okay, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But then he also like straight up has like an Alderaan exploded moment where like he feels the deaths that are happening in the bank like so strongly that like he has to leave, and like Wong sees the guy out. So Strange uses his magic to teleport to the crime scene where like they're waiting for the locksmith to show up because the cops can't get in, and I guess they won't just I guess you
Bust
can't
open the
bust
door.
in because they're afraid of like disturbing evidence, I suppose.
guess,
I don't
yeah.
know. But Strange like changes his clothing to make him look like he's a detective, I guess. It's kind of funny because he like,
It starts out. He goes. He's full on. Okay, you're getting your money's worth. I'm Doctor Strange.
Hey, I'm-
Here I go. I got my
And-
costume for one panel.
And now it's a suit.
exactly. And now back to this. But like he's like, hey guys, whatever. He uses Jedi mind trick again to be basically like, don't send anybody in here for 20 minutes. And then he uses his magic and goes inside. And he's back into his Doctor Strange costume because now we're investigating. And he goes in there and he's just like, okay, I was able to feel these deaths so powerfully that there should be like magic evidence everywhere. If I could took a magical black light to this place, it would be on
God.
fire.
Yeah, because I got a magical black
Oh,
light.
I need gloves for all this magic residue.
But like when he gets in there, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Like nothing at
It's the
all.
perfect crime.
Yeah.
It's the perfect magic crime.
Well, he's like, and that's disturbing in and of itself.
Right.
He's like, there should be something.
He doesn't know
here.
the half of it because there's a guy with no face running.
He's seen that shit before.
He's seen, no, that's not disturbing. This is disturbing to Strange.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
he's defeated my detective abilities. This can't be.
Exactly.
Something's very wrong.
right, but when
If
he
I
al-
can't figure
You're the
this out.
Sorcerer Supreme, not the Detective Supreme.
no, but
No, I can always feel it though. I feel the magic
yeah.
and shit.
Well, he was a doctor, like being a medical individual. There's some sort of detection with that.
Sure.
yeah, yeah.
investigation.
He's a problem
Mysteries to solve and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
but like,
There's research done, yeah.
Yeah.
no, some of them have to.
Haven't
try.
you seen House?
Yeah, come on.
Yes, I've
Yeah,
seen
that-
that farce.
That literally is just
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah,
but
Sherlock
medical.
Holmes inspired the creation of that character.
Exactly. But Strange is most concerned with the fact that it seems so sterile, like
Yeah.
sterile. So it's like obviously somebody's hiding something.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Covering
now
the tracks.
the game is afoot. And then we cut to two women walking through the streets of Manhattan. One of them is taking them to. Basically, she's joined a cult.
Yes.
And like she wants her friend to go to the cult. And,
Tiffany, it's just yoga.
yeah, no,
It's
but it's
it's
not.
really not.
Trust me.
Really not. But like
It's
she's
just Eastern
You just have
Eastern
to open
religion,
up your
man.
third eye.
You're
Yeah.
so
No,
prejudiced.
she's like, no, he's like a motivational speaker. You have to understand, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
The woman that she's talking to is Topaz, who, if you were around, we did our Ghost Rider first Danny Ketch episode, and Dr. Strange showed up in one of the issues with Rintra the Minotaur. Topaz is there, and Topaz was a character in Doctor Strange for quite a while. I think she's a psychic or an empath or whatever. She's had a demon attached to her soul, and here she is now just like cool, whatever.
Hey, someone remembered that she existed.
Yeah, hi, I'm Topaz. Remember Topaz?
No
very
Rintra,
strong.
though.
Guess what doesn't pay the bills? Being an empath.
I don't remember if she's an empath or not, but like she has powerful ties
got
to
skills.
magic. She's got
They're
skills.
multiplying.
Will they pay the bills? We'll find out. They go to this meeting. It immediately starts. This dude's like, "Hey, I'm creepy."
Hey, I'm creepy, the creepster, the
Yeah.
creepy yogi.
Exactly. Have a seat. We saved you guys a seat. Topaz is like, "This is so stupid."
Yep.
Fine, whatever.
Yep.
They sit down. They immediately start like
Yeah.
like
Chanting.
yeah, meditating out there, and you're like, oh, okay, it's this kind of thing, fine,
Yeah,
whatever.
all right.
But no, it's not this type of thing. As they're chanting, like literally, Topaz is there, everyone's facing one way, and then they all just kind of rotate in, and they're like surrounding her in a circle, and there's all this crazy magic
Yeah,
stuff
they're
going
projecting
on.
their ohms at her.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Their
The
arms,
it's
because
arms, yeah.
they used an A. And then
And
we,
then
and then
shit
like they
gets real.
start like there's
And
like
then
this
it becomes
chant
a book
going
that Tiffany
on.
will really enjoy.
So then these like
Don't give it away.
demon cherubs come in riding cranes or storks.
Yeah.
I think it's storks.
I think it
I
has
don't
to be
really
storks.
know.
And they have a medallion in their hand, and they offer it to her, and then they like take her away, and like this like
coming to
this
take her away.
rapture and rapture-y kind of moment,
Yeah.
and you're like, what
What?
is happening?
What?
Are they babies? I don't know.
They're demon,
demon
babies.
babies.
That's
Yeah.
like, but like, that's not the kind of face that. All right, well,
Yeah.
anyway,
And they're just like,
you're like,
and she's like, ah.
I'm not actually a baby. I've been around for 5,000 years.
yeah, but you're in a baby body.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Doesn't
creepy.
this turn you on?
Not even remotely.
What about my horse?
Nope.
I'm riding a crane.
Nope.
All right, well, come with me anyway into the smoke.
Strange is in his like study, and he's using magic to like take a memo
Yeah.
book.
Yeah. Take a memo, floating pen and paper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where basically he's just like, so this dude robbed a bank. He took like $1.8 million, and like he like burned people to like ash essentially.
Yeah. But the real thing is like I couldn't feel the
I
magic.
can't
like,
feel it. But he feels like because of that, he's just like, I feel worse than a novice, which I think is interesting because like this mentality is tying into the failing hands part of it. You know what I mean? Where he's just like, crap.
Yeah.
Am I losing it?
I'm losing it.
Did the Ancient
my
One not
touch.
prepare me for this? Is there something they didn't tell me about like being the Sorcerer Supreme that I'm not doing
Right.
to keep myself going? Wong calls him via.
Yeah, you have to do finger exercises.
Yeah, you gotta use those things.
Yeah,
those-
with,
Yeah.
with the bands.
You gotta get a stress ball.
Oh, there you go. You're stressed out, man. You gotta relax.
Instead, he got that spring
get on,
thingy,
like,
which doesn't work as well.
crane.
Right. Yeah. So then
Man,
Wong
just get on
uses
the crane with the babies, man.
Right.
all three babies.
What are you, the doors now?
Wong calls him in via an intercom, and like Strange immediately is there, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" Wong's like, "Oh, cool.
God,
You're
Jesus.
just gonna don't do that."
Yeah, please.
Wong has like all this tech.
I
which
know,
think
it's
is
like a
interesting.
computer.
He's got his command center. Wong's in the command center.
Yeah,
We
man.
also find out that like Doctor Strange finds out that his screen name is Wongshot.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's fun.
Yay.
I like this.
They got a fun relationship.
They do a really horrible job of doing this here because it like gives you those straight up like, you know, Vishanti symbol like feel, and the guy also kind of looks like it, but it's
Yeah.
not.
No, it's just lattice.
It's just
and
lattice
they're
work.
he's talking about how I'm gonna get strange,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
then he's like menacing this guy. And you're like, whoa,
Yeah,
what's
this-
strange?
this is
What?
strange.
What does this have to
This
do
is
with
somebody else.
what you're gonna do to
But
Strange?
the demon babies show up again, and they like
Yep.
put their breath into him.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to say that.
Yeah,
what
they
it looks
just-
like.
he's-
Literally.
Dude's sleeping, and there's like, and this goes in his
Wispy.
mouth.
Exactly. But we
Yeah.
see that Topaz.
It's just breath, man. You just see their breath.
Yeah,
Whoa.
just
Just cold in there.
Yeah.
Smells like violets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he
like
had,
that candy.
He had some, was it 5 gum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Topaz is with this dude now.
Uh-oh.
Yep. She's
Like,
in.
Jonathan White, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like,
she
she's,
totally got culted.
Yeah. Basically, like,
Culted.
she's just like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad like you opened my eyes and stuff like that. But
And
like,
this is the dangers of
Whoa.
yoga.
yeah, like how long will it be till like we can reveal ourselves and whatever? And he's like, hang on, we're gonna
You're
see.
gonna be
Hold on,
revealing
oh,
yourself to me
she's-
pretty soon.
You already revealed a lot with those babies in that crane.
That was me, baby.
Woo!
Jesus.
There's an accident in New York, so Strange goes to like find out what's going on. He's astral projecting, and like he comes up behind the cop. He's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And the cop like,
Using his Jedi mind trick. So
Yeah.
it's like, the cop's like, "Here's what's going on."
here's what's happening. So then he goes into this church and he sees the guy with no skin on his face. It's kind of worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks
now?
like it's getting worse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like he's
it's
like
come
straight up like
apart.
Red Skull, but like
Yep.
also like smoking. Like things are not working out so well for
Yeah.
him. The guy's like, hey, look, like I know that like I'm not supposed to tell you anything, and that you're already too late. But like, could you like help me out here? I'm like, I'm having a problem.
I got no face.
This
This is not a decision.
yeah.
Well, like, he says he's scared.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, like,
Or she? I'm not sure if it's a
it's
male
a-
or a woman.
it's a man.
it's a
It's a
dude.
man.
But I mean, like, I think the scary thing is like, there's a reason he's scared.
Yeah.
But Strange is like, all right, I can't help you at all. And then the guy basically explodes.
Yeah. He bursts into flames.
Yeah, and Strange is like, I couldn't help him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he
I
does a
couldn't do my
spell. He
magic.
does like something about
Summer
rains,
rain.
and
to kind
nothing
of like
happens.
extinguish
Yeah.
the flames. And
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
And so he's like, what is happening?
What is happening? I did a spell, nothing happened.
Yeah, it's almost like they'll do this convention every time Doctor Strange has an original story from here on out. Where it's like,
Except-
hey, how about, okay, I love Doctor Strange, but like, what if he couldn't use magic anymore?
No, except
No, he's using magic.
Then it becomes how Doctor
work.
Strange got his groove back.
in the other parts of this, he does do more magic, though. It doesn't just go away.
Because it seems like it's just like, it's not working.
Yeah, I know.
Why?
That's literally
Does he
where.
drink a glass that gets his magic back?
No, there's that.
It's like weird mojo goop.
Yeah.
By the fourth issue, just fucking just puts it all back together. Like, never mind.
Okay,
it's
good.
fine. Who
Well,
cares?
all right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So the Jonathan is references an army of like millions or over a million.
Yeah.
And that he's preparing to deal with Strange. Because Topaz is like, Strange is gonna like, he's gonna try to stop you.
Exactly.
He's
It's
like,
like,
yeah, I'm
I got
ready
that
for
covered.
that.
Yeah.
Like, I know I've made an enemy.
So it's like, yeah, this guy is like ready to deal with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
He thinks he
villain.
is anyway. Yeah.
Sure.
Obviously, the Punisher is the ugly.
Yes.
It's terrible. I don't think it's wrong box worthy. I think it's like
No.
No.
it's
No, it's
coherent.
not
It's
bad.
it goes in
No.
a linear
just
direction.
dumb.
It's just dumb.
dumb.
It's just really dumb.
It's utterly forgettable. It's completely disposable, and it's just there's nothing egregious about
There's
it
nothing
because it's so
unforgivable.
dumb. Yeah, exactly.
No,
it's just
it's-
kind of like who
but it's
cares?
bad.
just what's the point? I've seen it before. I don't
Better.
care. I've seen it done better. I've seen that concept done.
Yeah. And I've seen it done worse, which is the other thing. Like,
Yes,
I've seen
also
this
that.
idea worse. This is just so silly, and who cares?
And it's funny because it's like they got Bernie Wrightson to
know,
do the
that-
art.
He's so great, but he's wasted on this book.
He's really great at drawing monsters, which is why the demon looks so
Yes.
The demon looks
good.
awesome. The angels look weird and gross.
Yeah,
Because
and
they're
like
supposed to look like people.
Wrightson needed a better colorist and a better
Yeah.
inker on this book.
He
Wrightson's
definitely did.
wasted on this book.
The other thing is that, like, you got this whole new angle where, like, Frank can pull any kind of gun out of his coat that he
Yeah.
wants. He does it twice.
Right.
It's kind of a toss-up.
Okay, for me, Fantastic Four 1, 2, 3, 4 is a very successful deconstruction of the Fantastic Four, but who asked for it? It's gross, and it's a complete, like, fly in the face of what the Fantastic Four is supposed to
it
be.
feels like an alternate universe.
It straight up
It's like
does.
a cracked mirror Fantastic
But
Four.
it's also like taking the concept of Marvel Knights, which is like, we're going to do something we've never done, and all of them succeed in this premise. We're going to do something we've never done with these characters before. You've never seen a Fantastic Four like this.
Like, at each other's throats almost.
I mean, like, definitely seen that, but like played for laughs or done with a less level, with a more diminished level of sincerity. This is if real people were superheroes and a family and they were adults. Like, and that, like, yeah. And
I hate how miserable everyone is.
that's the thing.
Like,
No, there's no ray of light, and I get
yeah.
it.
I love the art in this book because it's so creepy. It's so foreboding. Like every single page is infused with this sense of like dread.
Yes.
And that is really good and really effective. But again, I just feel like it's the wrong like material or character is for that. If it's in continuity, is it?
It doesn't have to be.
I see.
This evoked a really cool reaction out of me. I loved reading it and seeing what these people were going through. It was very emotional. I thought it was a cool story.
That's fair.
But I was gonna say Doctor Strange wins.
Oh,
What do you think, Tiffany?
I don't know, because I know what happens in this book, and I'm having a very difficult time separating myself from that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the art works better in this than it does in this, though I think this is working.
Well, that's funny, because issue 3 and 4 are done by totally different artists, so this art is superior.
Oh, damn.
Because this at least fits the tone, and then by
Yeah.
the end of it, I guess it does fit the tone because the book really shifts.
Oh, jeez.
Don't like the look of Doctor Strange in this
He's
issue.
so old in this
Well,
book.
no, it's not even old.
He's
He's
so
just he's
old.
very distinct in a way that I'm like, what? What I like about it is that like Strange is pulling Jedi mind tricks. Strange is still doing magic, but like while it's ridiculous and rhymey and stuff like that,
I
the
like
way
that
it's
better.
done is. I think it's successful without being the ridiculousness that we've seen from Strange in previous series, where it's just so over the top that like, you can't help but be like, oh, like
It's not Dr. Orpheus.
It's not
exactly.
the Roger Stern Dr. Orpheus stuff. It's not the Stan Lee stuff. And
Yes.
it's also not the current stuff where he says like fake Esperanto words that
Yes.
like they just
No, I know.
that just put in fun. Like he does a thing when he gives his spell at the end, the last spell he does, where
Yeah.
he talks about the summer rain, he makes it rhyme. I was like, that's cool. I like this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fine with this.
Yeah.
It challenges the writer to do something without just going like, oh, and then he writes a spell. Letterer, come up with some made-up
Right.
nonsense words.
Exactly. And like Strange is dealing with like obviously this is a magical thing and like but it's like again it's a smaller scale thing in this issue.
Rah. That's funny.
Which is why I'm like
That's unfortunate.
completely like trying to pull myself
Yeah.
away from what happens because like
Yeah.
in this book, here's the thing. I also don't care about the Fantastic Four. And so like this read, I'm like, that's exactly what I think of him.
Right.
He is an asshole.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so like for me, I was like, yes, this
Yeah.
is way more realistic.
Oh.
This is how these people would react. Get out of there, Sue.
I think at the end of the day, for me, Fantastic Four is a success in everything it's trying to do, which is kind of remarkable. And
Right.
this also is doing something
Yes.
successful where it's like
in
here's
this
Doctor
issue.
Strange.
But I
it
want to
is-
read more of that. Like it's an
Yeah.
actual detective
I
story
know-
that I want to find
actually-
out.
No, I need to know more about what
I
happens.
do
in
want to
Fantastic
know more
in
about this
Four.
because like it feels like Morrison is breaking them down so they can be redeemed at the end.
Yeah.
Yes,
And so,
I assume
like,
that's where
I
that's
assume
going,
like
yeah.
we're gonna hit rock bottom for
we have-
lack of a better term.
Yeah.
In order for them to come back and be all the better for it.
Yes.
But I assume it's just going to be some giant masturbatory thing because it's Grant Morrison.
Well, probably, but
Well,
his
but it's not
Marvel work
DC,
his
so-
Marvel work's a little more straightforward.
Yeah, he's not trying to build like
It's not like this giant message where
Where
like,
it's like the editors suck.
Well,
No.
these aren't gods, you see.
Yeah,
it's
these are
not like
people.
Batman and Superman and
who are
Wonder
eternal
Woman.
and live
yeah,
forever.
These are just people.
These are some
I can
randos
be
who turn
interested
into
with
random
them.
crap.
Yeah,
Dr. Doom also looks like RoboCop. Right?
Yes, he does. So come with me, thing, or there will be trouble. It's cool. No,
Yeah.
honestly, like as much as I find it to be like an affront to the Fantastic Four premise, I also think it's a huge success. Though this is a success as well, because I'm like, when I think of Doctor Strange, I want to see that, but I never do.
No, it's true. Like this is the Strange I want.
this is street level Strange.
Yeah, it's cool.
No, it's Vertigo Strange, and that's what I
Yes.
want. At the end of the day, all I want from Doctor Strange, I don't want I want him to show up in a Spider-Man book and have it be fun, but I also want when it's Doctor Strange for it to be like he opens a door and it takes him to a place that is not like in our realm or on our level, and so like he saves the world or he saves like some girl's life or soul or something, and no one knows, and it's
Yep.
like that, and his life is full of those
Yeah,
moments.
because
Yeah.
like magic is not out in the open.
No.
Exactly.
It stays in this like in the shadows. It's like it gets explained away as like other stuff, but
Yes.
he's down there on the ground,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
getting
in the
like
trenches.
saving
Yeah.
But
people
he's
from magic.
doing
He's
work.
not saving the world
No.
in this issue.
Well, not yet.
I'm
Maybe
just
he
saying
is.
that's
I
what he's
mean,
doing.
No,
but
yeah,
it's
but
In
that's
this
my
issue.
point.
In
He's
this
not
issue.
saving the world in this issue. He's like he's solving crimes.
Yeah.
He's figuring
Yeah.
out what's going
It's
on.
not
He's
like-
hearing that it's magic.
It's
and
not
being
like
like
another
but I
dimension's
don't
coming
get it.
in and
Yeah.
like
Yeah, that's
you know
neat.
like gonna destroy
No,
the whole world. Yeah,
That's
it's like,
why.
Yes.
That's what I mean when I say
it's like
street level.
relatable.
Strange.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but
So,
it's
like-
neat. I like it. ultimately, between the two of them, I want to read more of 1, 2, 3, 4, which is like frustrating.
Well, it has a great hook. The one down,
yeah,
3
I'm like,
to go
okay,
thing.
how's he
It's
gonna
get you every
You know he's gonna
time.
use Namor to make Sue like freak out. That's
Yep.
cool.
And then
like,
it's gonna all come crashing down. You want to see that.
yeah, I do want to know more. You know,
You know what bothers me? The title is so lazy.
It is lazy.
1, 2, 3, 4. Go fuck yourself.
I'm guessing it's because it should be 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
But then it'd be 2 redundant because it's Fantastic 4 and then another 4. No.
Fantastic 4, 3, 2, 1.
That would make me afraid. That's like Star Trek Into Darkness. That's how crappy that is. Fantastic 4, 3, 2, 1. You know what? I respect that. Fantastic 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's better than Fantastic 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right. Jeez. All right.
Anyway.
So what's the final vote? For me, I'm gonna say that's the good.
I'm gonna say 4 is the good.
I'm gonna say Strange is the good.
Tiffany, it's down to you.
This is like
Are you
impossible.
making a tie, or do you swing it one way?
This is a really rough call because you know what happens.
I know what happens
Yeah.
in this first issue, though. I was really on board. I was really excited. Mm-hmm. I don't know where that's going. Though.
No!
I'm like,
Yeah,
there's a
this could
mystery
go
here.
into garbage
I know where this
too.
is going.
Yeah.
Like
No.
there isn't just a cool mystery, and it really comes together very quickly at the end. Like that 4th issue is just like,
It's just
Here
like
are
we
all
thought
the
we had
answers,
5 issues.
And we
yeah,
ended the book.
and like, oh wait, Dormammu. Oh, and I figured out who it was because when that guy exploded, the magical barrier in his brain for a quick second right before he exploded went down, and I got
And
the
I
name.
didn't explain it until now.
Yeah.
Boo.
Oh, that happens at the end too.
That's like Sherlock. That is
yeah.
exactly Sherlock
does
Holmes.
that.
Yeah, something I
Boo,
noticed
no,
that was not
all right.
revealed in the book.
I'm glad I voted for Fantastic 4.
no,
then.
it's fine.
Well, you're the only one.
Yeah,
But
but
this-
we're rating it on
but
the book
this-
itself.
This issue is
book.
fantastic.
This issue's good.
Then that was the
Yeah.
point, was to vote on
I
just
enjoyed
this
it.
issue.
I know.
I like the little he
Makes the
makes
propeller
the plane go.
fly
He's
away.
like, oh, I'm having fun with magic and
Yeah.
zooming around.
Yep, he's just doing his thing.
Well, and the guy doesn't know.
What's his cost? Did you have cut off his ear or something like that in order to let that happen? Like,
I assume they hadn't invented that
no,
yet.
they didn't.
No,
It was like,
he's
thank
just
you.
doing magic.
Yeah.
But,
I also like the art in this book, like these backgrounds.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
the
yeah.
art's
So,
like
And the
phenomenal.
panel composition, they're
It's
playing
just
with panel shapes and everything.
literally this like Doctor Strange like face I'd not seen before, and then you can see like it starts to go a different way partway through the book, and that's what
Yeah.
you see in the next issue, and then they just completely.
What do you think
change.
of his costume? It's a little different.
It is a little different, and the 3rd and 4th one it goes back to the blue.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
Nah, we were trying
That
to
sounds
say
like a
they
lot.
were
That sounds like
that.
heavy influence. There you have it, everybody. That was the good, the bad, and the ugly. I want to thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments down below what kind of books you want to see on the next episode, and we'll see you guys next time. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
So long.
Bye.